Environmental Science with Min.
Hello guys! Today we'll discuss about waste disposal. So, a short introduction for waste disposal. What is the significance of sanitary, excreta, and sewage disposal? So, bakit siya mahalaga? Para ma-prevent natin yung mga contamination sa tubig at prevention sa mga diseases katulad ng amoeba, cholera, hepatitis. So, kaya siya mahalaga. So, bakit mahalaga ang environmental sanitation? Para sa para sa health natin, para ma-prevent ang mga sakit, eliminates breeding places of insects, at improves quality of life. So, ano ba ang cause ng increase in waste disposal? So, pag mas maraming tao, mas marami tayong mga basura. Pag mas marami, pas nagiging urbanized ang area, mas tumataas rin ang mga solid waste. So, we have two classification of waste. So, physical state and chemical property. Pag physical state, kung solid ba siya or liquid. Pag chemical state naman siya, kung biodegradable, kung degradable ba siya, kung nakakahawa ba siya, kung radioactive ba siya, kung kung ano ba siya, may mga bacteria. So there are different ways how to segregate or how we can dispose different type of garbage. So pag solid waste, may iyan yung mga plastic, styrofoam, bottles, scraps of metal, and paper. While in liquid waste, domestic washing, chemical, oils, and wastewater. So can you think some more examples of solid and liquid waste? Fantastic. Now that you know, now you have thought some different waste materials. Let's move on to our next topic. Characteristic of human waste. So, pag sinabi natin species, siya yung mga tae. Consistency niya is yung mga organic materials, yung mga nutrients, and traces of elements. While yung urine naman, yung mga ihe, is less hygienic, less risk. Basically, ang pinaka-may risk yung tae. Then, yung less risk is yung mga ihe. Meron pa rin siyang mga nutrients, mga hormones, and yung gray water, siya naman yung walang concern. Siya yung mga pinagliguan natin, siya yung pinanghugas natin ng mga mukha natin. So, yan ang tatandaan nyo. So, health hazards of improper excreta disposal, mga tae, pwede siya magkaroon ng soil pollution, water pollution, contamination of food, and propagation of life. So, bakit kailangan natin i-maintain, bakit kailangan natin mawala yung mga flies na yan? So, pag may mga flies, pwedeng gumapo sa atin yan. And pag gumapo sa mga pagkain natin, yung mga flies, pwede tayong magkasakit. So, nang katulad ng mga cholera, mga uod, mga hepatitis, mga diarrhea. So, definition, let's have a few definition of terms. Pag sinabi natin waste, yun yung substance or object which are disposed of, are intended to be disposed of, are required to be disposed by provision of law. Siya yung kailangan ma-dispose. In disposal naman, siya yung any operation which may lead to a source recovery, recycling, reclamation, direct use, or alternative uses. Yung waste, siya yung talagang tinatapon, and disposal, siya naman yung pwedeng ma-recycle. So, what are solid waste and hazardous waste? And why are they problems? So, pag solid waste represents pollution and unnecessary waste of resources. And hazardous waste contributes to pollution, natural capital degradation, health problems, and premature death. We throw away a huge amount of useful things and hazardous things. Kung mapapansin nyo, every day, every month, magpapalit tayo ng mga damit. Mahilig tayo magtapon ng damit or mahilig tayo magtapon ng mga gamit dahil may gusto ka na naman na bago or kung mapapansin nyo, karamihan ng mga nasa basurahan, yung mga hindi na natin gustong gamitin. So solid waste are unwanted or discarded materials we produce that is not liquid or gas. While yung hazardous toxic waste, siya yung nakaka-threaten sa human health or the environment dahil toxic siya. Katulad ng radioactive waste, heavy toxic metals, and organic metals, yung mga solvent, pesticide. So, sa mga bahay natin, meron tayong mga harmful chemicals kagaya ng mga pan-disinfect and mga paint cleaners. So, everywhere that you can see is hazardous. Although, technically, hazardous waste yung mga tinapon. So we throw away a huge amount of useful things and hazardous materials. So two reasons to be concerned about the amount of waste generated. At least 75% of waste is unnecessary and use up our Earth's precious resources, which is true, guys. Halimbawa, we can actually recycle old clothes to make it something new. Or yung mga lumang furniture natin, instead na itapon sa basura, we can just give them to someone who is in need. We can also eliminate yung mga packaging. But the problem with packaging naman kasi, guys, kung bakit hindi natin siya mag-get rid of, it prolongs the lifespan of the item. So, producing the products we use and throw creates large amount of air pollution, water pollution, and land degradation, and even more waste. So, sa United States, about one-third of solid waste and buries more half of it sa landfill. So, etong graph na to, kung ano yung solid waste sa Amerika. Karamihan ay paper. So, makikita niyo yan. So, how should we deal with solid waste? So, there are different sustainable approach to solid waste. This is first to reduce it, then reuse, or recycle. And finally, kung hindi na talaga kaya, dun na lang natin mag-dispose what is left. So, ito yung different ways of disposal. Meron tayong radioactive, dito natin tinatapon yung radioactive. Dito yung mga chemical, dito yung mga chemical waste, yung mga chemicals katulad ng acetone or mga sodium nitrate, and stuff like that. Biodegradable, yun yung mga tira-tira natin pagkain, mga balat ng saging, balat ng, ano pa bang balat? Balat ng orange. Infectious disease, yun yung mga nasa hospital. Yung mga injection, mga bulak. Bakit natin kailangan yun? I-segregate rin. Pwede naman natin itapos sa biodegradable or sa non-biodegradable. Siyempre, pag recycle natin, it will cause more harm. Halimbawa, yung patient na nun, meron pala siyang AIDS or isang nakakahawang disease. So, we need to burn it. Non-biodegradable yan yung mga paper, mga bottles, plastic. So we have different disposal methods. We have sanitary landfills, garbage grinding, recycling, burying, feeding it to the animals, composting, dumping, and incineration. So what's the difference between all of them? So we'll tackle this as we move forward. So ito yung mga flow, kung paano. So pag mga product, alright. So moving on, ang first priority natin is to prevent waste. So what's the point of recycling, guys? Kung, kung mas mabilis pa ang pagdami ng product natin kesa sa nare-recycle. So yun ang intindihin natin, guys. Kailangan natin bawasan ng consumption natin ng mga basura. So, paano natin mababawasan ng consumption? Huwag actually, mahirap yan siya, guys eh. Kahit gusto nating magbawas ng gamit, halimbawa sa mga pagkain natin, lahat ng pagkain natin may basura. Yung kakain ka lang ng chichirya, may basura. Yes, mayroong mga stores na nag-specialize ng organic materials, but let's face it, the poorer you are, the harder it gets. Unless talagang mahilig talaga kayo sa mga veggies or kung mamamalengke kayo, dun kayo tipid. But in reality, it's really hard to have a zero waste. Every one of us will produce waste one way or another, but we should have a sustainable method. Or at least makahanap tayong alternative. So, what is reduce? Reduce, consume less, and not only save resources, but also money. Reuse, gagamitin ulit yung gamit hanggang masira. Halimbawa, sa sapatos. Pag nasira yung sapatos mo, bibili ka ba ulit? Hindi. Aayusin mo yung sapatos hanggang hindi na talaga siya magamit. Hanggang hindi na siya magagamit. Recycle, halimbawa, meron kang plastic bottles. Iipunin yung mga plastic bottles at saka i-melt para magawing upuan. And number 4, you refuse to buy items that we don't really need. So, wag bili ng bili sa Shopee pag hindi naman kailangan. Alright. So, why refusing and recycled materials are so important? Reusing items decreases the use of matter and energy resources, and reducing pollution and natural capital degradation. Recycle does so to a lesser degree. Reuse naman, it involves cleaning and using materials over and over again, increasing the lifespan of the product. So, halimbawa, mag-ukay-ukay tayo tuwing umaga. Pero, seriously, bili kayo ng mga second-hand items to prolong the lifespan. Pero the problem is, kung mapapansin nyo, sa TV, papaayos nyo pa ba yung TV? Kung 1,000 na lang itataas ng paggawa, ay pagbili ng bago, or papaayos nyo yung luma yung TV na outdated? There's a dilemma lagi. Pipiliin nyo yung the newest model of TV or yung pwede nyo na mapaayos yung old TV nyo at a lower cost, halimbawa 1,000 pesos lang ang binaba. So, iisip, karamihan ng tao ang gagawin, itatapon na lang yung TV kasi mas cheaper that way. To the point na dadagdagan siya sa landfill. Pero may nabasa akong article that one of the Scandinavian countries ay nagtayo sila ng isang mall dedicated to second-hand items and fixing old gadgets. So, use of refillable containers. Yan, maganda yan. So, sino sa inyo ang laging bumibili ng tubig? So, it will, kaya pinopromote na magdala kayo ng sariling tumbler sa Starbucks or sa any coffee shop para ma-reduce yung ang mga plastic na ginagamit ng tao na napupunta sa landfill. Ganun rin yan guys, yung mga battery, yung mga reusable items. Di ba sa SM rin, dati marami tayong plastic, ngayon gumagamit na lang sila ng mga tote bag. So there are two types of waste that can be recycled. So pre-consumer waste generated in the manufacturing process, while post-consumer waste generated by consumer. So yan. Halimbawa, pag two types of recycling. Primary, materials are returned into new products of the same type. Halimbawa, making paper with recycled paper or new bottles out of plastic bottles. And secondary, recycling, kino-convert mo siya ng ibang product. Halimbawa, mga plastic bottles ginagawang bangka or plastic bottles ginagawang upuan. Mga ganun. So we can mix or separate household solid waste or recycling. So materials recovery facilities is sent to sort and pick it up. So parang yung junk talyer. Ay hindi talyer. Yung parang junk shop. Sila yung nagsisegregate ng mga basura natin. Yung mga basura nating mga metal, mga plastic bottles. So we can copy nature and recycle biodegradable solids. So composting. Halimbawa, yung mga organic waste natin, i-recycle natin para magkaroon ng nutrients ng soil. It's one of the good ways, one alternative way for fertilizer. So ito, recycling paper, 55% of the world's trees harvesting is for paper. So paper ang madalas natin gamitin from newspaper, from harbor box. So making recycled paper versus new production, so mas less energy ang pag-recycle ng paper, less water pollution and air pollution. So bakit mahirap i-recycle? Kasi tapon lang tayo ng tapon, no? Hindi natin sinesegregate siya. Kaya konti lang ang nare-recycled na materials. So recycling many plastic is chemically and economically difficult. So maraming type kasi ng plastic. May 7 types. May PP, PET bottles, and PVC. So kaya mahirap siyang i-recycle. So ano ba advantage ng pagre-recycle? It reduces air, water, and pollution, have same energy, reduce mineral demand, reduce greenhouse gas emission, reduce solid waste production and disposal, help protect the biodiversity, can save landfill space, important part of economy. Then disadvantage can cause more than burying areas with ample landfill space, may lose money for items such as glass and some plastic, reduce profit for landfill and incinerator owners. So, yun ang mga disadvantage. So, the advantage, the anong advantage and disadvantage of burning or burying solid waste? So, technologies for burning and burying solid waste are well developed, but burning contributes pollution and greenhouse gases. While burying, yung paglibing natin sa waste eventually contribute to pollution and land degradation. So, ito yung mga advantage and disadvantage of incinerator. Reduces trash volume. It requires very little space. Transportation cost is low. Safest from hygienic point of view. Incinerator plant of 3,000 tons per day capacity can generate 3 megawatts of power. Disadvantage, mahal siya. Kailangan ng professional dito dahil malakas rin siya magpa-air pollution and toxic yung mga assets niya. So, to be economically feasible, incinerators must be fed huge amount of waste every day. Pero in-encourage nga rin ng waste production and recycling. Many proposed projects has been cancelled, high cost and pollution concerns. So, moving on to pag-bury natin ng solid waste. Most of the world, kung saan tayo nagtatapon, nasa landfill. They are expected to leak toxic liquids into the soil and underlying aquifers. So, basically, alam niyo yung mga leachants, yung parang gas na tubig na galing sa basura. So, imagine niyo kung mapunta yan sa mga inumin natin at saka sa mga soil. So, syempre, magkakaroon ng devastating environmental effect. So, open dump fields or holes, the ground where garbage is disposed and sometimes covered with solid clay, mostly used in developing countries. Sanitary landfills are solid waste are spread in thin layers, compacted and covered daily with fresh layer of clay or plastic foam. The bottom is also sealed with layers of clay and synthetic liner. So ito yung itsura niya. See? Linalagyan siya ng lining para hindi siya kumalat sa mga soil. So, ito yung dalawang problematic substance created by disposing waste in landfill. Leachate, water that accumulates chemicals as it trickles through the waste, and it contaminates groundwater if it leaks out to the landfill. While leachate is pumped out at the bottom of the landfill and it's treated to get rid of toxic chemicals. Methane naman is a gas given off by composition of organic material. So methane as gas recovers well, collects the gas as it's created. Methane is burned to create electricity. So, ang solution nila is state-of-the-art landfill as in a better way to dispose those leachings and those leachings can be converted into energy. Ito yung trade-off ng sanitary landfill. So, no open burning, little odor, low ground pollution can be built quickly, low operating costs can be handled large amount of waste, landfill can be used other purpose, and no shortage of landfill space in many years. In disadvantage naman is noise and traffic, dust, air pollution from toxic gas, releases greenhouse gas, slow decomposition of waste, and output approach. So, tandaan nyo tong recycle, reuse, reduce, reuse, repair, regive, and recover. So, I'll end the lecture right now. So, if you have any questions, you can ask me in my email. And please have a wonderful day. Goodbye, guys.